Wednesday, middle of the week. I always feel like once I get to Wednesday, it's kind of downhill the weekend, so that's good. Pretty short workout today. Just did cardio and sauna. Just did 30 minutes in the elliptical because I'm feeling kind of beat up, to be honest with you. So didn't want to go too hard on the treadmill today. Tomorrow we'll do arms, and then Friday I'll do legs, and I'll hit cardio again both of those days. But today is the 30 minutes at once, and during the rest of my days I split it up to before and after my workout. Also did a little bit of abs today, nothing too heavy. Just did reverse crunches, and then some Russian twist. Just been trying to work on my obliques more. I feel like that's one area of my core that I'm kind of lacking, and I've learned that there's two muscle groups that have made me stronger in every single lift. It's core and my back. So I try to work real hard on getting those two hit. So I think I did a pretty good job of that one today. Yeah, so I guess we'll go a little bit more into the mental today, since the workout was a little bit shorter and mindset. Today was one of those days where, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not feeling it today. Feeling a little bit lethargic, a little bit, didn't really want to work out, but to me, those are the days that it's more important to go to the gym, because it's easy to go to the gym when you're motivated. It's easy to go to the gym when you're looking forward to a good pump, and you're going to have those days. But to be honest with you, you're probably going to have more days where you don't want to go to the gym. I mean, granted, I personally love working out, so that might not be exactly the case for me, but it's more times than not, it's going to be a struggle. And every workout doesn't have to be the best workout of your life. And maybe that's not conventional, maybe that's not motivational, maybe that's giving you an excuse. But I think the difference is, it doesn't have to be the best workout of your life, but you still gotta do it. You still gotta go in there and get the work done. You may not hit the extra 10 minutes of things that you plan to do, or that you didn't plan to do, that you might do on a day that you're pumped. But you gotta make sure that you get through the plan, that you see that shit through, regardless of how you feel in the moment. Don't be a victim of your emotions, because emotions are a beautiful thing, and you can ride emotions on a high, but you can also ride emotions on the low too, and give yourself a cop-out. Don't allow that. On those days where you feel lethargic and you feel like not doing stuff, I'm not telling you can't hit the snooze button, because you know what? I hit the snooze button this morning. I did. I got an extra 10 minutes in, but after the snooze button went off, I still got up and got to the gym, and got the workout that I had planned to do. Was it a bit uninspired? Yeah, probably. But did I maybe not hit quite the mileage that I normally hit the time that I wanted today? Yeah, that's true. But I still got it in, and that's the important part. I would say every day is not going to be the best one. That's just how it is. But beyond that, things I'm doing a little bit different this week. I've been doing 2-a-days up until this week, and I've been saying that I don't necessarily recommend doing that all the time, and I'm now feeling the repercussions of why I've been saying that, because I'm starting to feel a little beat up. Starting to notice I got a sore ankle and sore wrist, and just not recovered as well as I should be. So this week, instead of doing the 2-a-days in the gym, I've just been going on a dog walk with my girlfriend after work. So still staying active, still getting that second round of movement in after work. I think that's important. I think people really underestimate just going for a walk and the health benefits that has for you. Because I want to won't get into like the science of it, but essentially every 60 to 90 minutes you should be up and moving. So for me, what that looks like is, I get home from work about 4 or 5 o'clock. I sit down for about 10 or 15 minutes. Maybe eat a very light snack, like some almonds, maybe like a cheese stick, something like that. Super light. And then I pack my gym bag, relax for a little bit more, maybe another 10 minutes. And then I need to go do one more thing, whether that's a second cardio session, a walk for the dogs, maybe it's yoga, just something. And then I go eat dinner. And then I call it a day. Sometimes I flop that and I'll pack my bags and all that good stuff, eat dinner, then do the walk. I think that's really beneficial too, to give yourself some time to your body some time to digest that food actively. And then come back to the house and try to call it a night and get a good night's sleep. I've been better on sleep this week, but I will say that's one area that I really struggle with, especially right now. I'm in a new relationship, so we're in the honeymoon phase, so we want to hang out all the time, and I'm just busy in general, and I'm just enjoying life, so it's hard to get sleep. I would rather be awake. So I haven't necessarily been getting my full 8 that I recommend everybody get, but this week I have been able to get at least 7 every night, or close to 7, which I think is really important. And so much of muscle recovery and muscle building happens while you sleep. So if you're not doing that, you're not going to recover the way that you should. I don't have a whole lot on the fitness side for you today other than that, because it's kind of a light day. I guess about one little bit of word to the wise today is I listened to a podcast with, I forget his full name. I think it's Jason Lewis, I think was the dude's name. Tomorrow I'll make sure I know his name and shout his book out. But it was a really good podcast, and it was really inspiring for me, because what he talked about is it was mainly geared towards my fellows out there, but I think it's definitely practical to both genders. I think that a lot of times we're scared to be dominant. We're scared to be good, we don't want to make others feel bad because we're, for lack of better words, better at something. I know I've definitely been guilty of that, where maybe it's at work where I know the right thing to say, but the right thing to say might make someone else look bad. Or maybe it's at the gym or I'm talking about working out with somebody when I know the right thing to tell them as far as what to do and what I'm doing, but it's not necessarily motivational to them to tell them, or not motivational, but it's not exactly going to make them feel good when I tell them that, hey, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you should be doing this, you're not going hard enough, you're giving yourself a cop out, whatever it is. I think that there's a lot of times where I've failed to stick to my guns and stick to what's right, and in the mode of just trying to protect somebody else, and that's wrong, because I know what I know, and that doesn't mean that I'm unwilling to compromise. That doesn't mean that I'm unwilling to be wrong, because I'm definitely going to be wrong. But like when you know you're passionate about something, when you know that you know that you can do something, do it. Be dominant. Like own that shit. Because if you're not, you're going to resent it. I think one of the examples that he held for guys out there is someone disrespecting you in public, and then you don't say anything. Like maybe a guy just says some like off the wall shit to you out of nowhere. It's just disrespectful. And you have 2 options, or 3 options, I guess. One, ignore it altogether, which in all honesty is probably the best option. But let's be honest, it's not that easy, when that person says that shit, whatever it may be, that gets under your skin, that's disrespectful, that's uncalled for, it's gonna bother you. So if you don't check that shit in person with the person who's actually did the disrespectful shit, and I don't mean in an aggressive way, I don't mean that you're gonna have to fight them, but just like respectfully check the person. That's gonna make it better than versus trying to ignore it, and then you get home and your girlfriend asks you to do something simple, and then you snap at her because you didn't snap at that person. You might not realize you did that, but I don't promise you have, but I know that I have personally. I know that I've been guilty of taking my stress out on people who did not cause the stress because I didn't address where the stress came from in a proper way. I don't know. Maybe that's not right. Maybe that's something in 6 months I'll reflect on and think it's a totally wrong way to think about it. But I just thought that was interesting about, being dominant and owning what you own and knowing what you know and not being scared to show that, and being confident to be you. I think that's kind of my whole thing right now. Is I don't know, I mentioned it in the previous one, but like with the relationship I'm in right now, I feel believed in for the first time, and it's just such a big deal for me because even doing these videos, I put these videos off for a long time because I just didn't give myself the credit that somebody out there might gain from something that I say. That's, to me, at the time, for the longest time, that felt so far from the truth. It felt like, who the hell can I teach anything when I'm learning so much still, and I'm just did not feel worthy. I think the dominant may not be the word. Sometimes we don't feel worthy of the things that we're worth. You're valuable. You're valuable. I don't know what makes you valuable, but you know what makes you valuable, or at least I know that you're looking to find that, and I just want you to know that you are worth it, that what you're passionate about is legitimate, how you feel is legitimate. It's okay to feel the way you feel, and it's okay to know what you know. It's not your fault that you might know something that somebody else might not know, but doesn't mean that you should be mean to the person or like disrespectful, but it does mean that you should own that shit, and you're doing yourself a discredit, you're doing the world a discredit or disservice when you don't own that shit. So I don't know, I don't know if that helps you guys, but it was pretty insightful to me and kind of hit home with some of my insecurities and my not feeling worthy of it, to just know that I am worthy of the things that I've done to make myself valuable, and the things that we're all valuable at the start, just from being alive and being a human and having a heart and all of those things, but beyond those like basic values, I don't know, I'm rambling now, so I'm gonna cut this thing short, but I just thought I should share that with you guys, and I hope it hits home for somebody else like it hit home for me, because it really felt like another corner got rounded when I heard that and took that to heart. Peace and love. Have a good rest of your guys' day. I hope that you own some shit today. I hope that you realize your worth and utilize your worth today, and that you're not scared to be the dominant force that you can be in the field that you've chosen to be. Peace and love. Get the bread, push it, pull it, dominate respectfully. I don't know. See you.